Hello, welcome back to my tips and tricks, and today I'm going to show you how to sculpt your face by using highlighting and shading techniques. So I'm going to start today by using a powder over my entire face because I'm actually going to use a powder bronze and a powder highlighter, so I don't want it to stick and be hard to blend on my face. So applying a little bit of powder all over first really helps to smooth the products on easily. So the powder I'm using today is a Ruby and Millie one, and I've chosen a slightly yellow toned, which is a C7, and I've done that because it warms up the skin a little bit, and I've used a bit of fake tan, so I have a tiny bit of colour for once. You might not see it, you might think I'm really pale as usual, but for me this is good. So just getting a little bit of powder, sort of dusting it off on my hands so you don't have too much. Okay, here we go. You can see it just takes down the sheen a tiny bit. Now I'm going to use two products for this sculpting technique, and they're quite strong products. I mean, the bronzer is quite dark and the highlighter is very bright, and I'm using those because I want you to really be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm using a Clarins bronzing powder, and I'm using a highlighter which is Silver Dust by MAC. So the trick to sculpting is using the darker colours on areas that you want to look further in, so that gives you the real sort of chiseled look. So underneath your cheekbones, between your jaw here, in your temples, so it really gives you that. And what you do with the highlighter is you draw out the areas that you want attention on, so then you put that on top of your cheekbone, so your cheekbones look like they're really accentuated, and underneath it looks like they're really chiseled in. So I'm going to start with my darker colour, and I'm going to begin by putting it, like I said before, underneath my cheekbone. So if you open your mouth, you can feel the line in between your cheek and your jaw, and here, and that's where I'm putting it. Now, as I said before, I'm putting quite a lot on now so you can see. So I hope you can see that. Now I'm just blending it in so it's a little bit softer. The next area I'm going to apply the darker colour is my temples. So blending it again. And you can even slim down your nose by doing the same thing. So putting the darker shade on the outside and a lighter in the middle. So I'm going to do this a little bit. I'm also going to use a slightly smaller brush now and apply some to the socket of my eye. And I'm putting it right into the socket and slightly above. What this will do is make your eyes appear larger and more wide. And another good trick for a bit more of a chiseled jawline is just to apply the bronzer underneath, just on the edge. Now you need to do a lot more subtle than this and really blend it in, but this is really so you can see it all clearly. Okay, now for the highlighter. This is the fun bit. This brings out all of your lovely areas that you're trying to show off. So I'm going to start with my cheekbones. Now hopefully you can already see the difference that's made to my cheekbones. And now I'm going to put a little bit down the centre of my nose. I'm also going to put just under my eyebrow and above the colour that I put on earlier. That lifts it. And to finish it off, this is another good tip, and I'll go into this more at another point, but putting a little bit of highlighter just on the top of your lip, on your cupid's bow, helps to make your lips look bigger, and I need help, so this is a really good trick. So there you go, the finished sculpted look. Obviously I've got no mascara on, so as soon as you were to do that or any eye makeup, it would give you a lot more definition, and also you could put a little bit of blusher on the apples of your cheeks to give your face a little lift, and obviously some lip colour too. So this is literally just about the sculpting, but I hope you found it interesting, and if you want to know more you can find me on Twitter at Chloë Butcher.